Let's talk about Simone Biles' hair not being done for the Olympics. So recently, Simone came out and pretty much had to try to explain herself to people as to why her hair did not look done for the Olympics, because she's in Paris, there's a heat wave, and she's doing that whole flipping through the air hundreds of times situation. I find this whole situation to be infuriating. That she felt that she even had to try to explain herself to us mere mortals about her hair. Like, she doesn't have to explain herself to anybody about what her hair looks like. She is a multi-gold winning Olympic medalist, breaking all types of records. People change the rules for you. Like, I can't believe that she thinks that she has to explain herself and tell us in all capitals, no, my hair was done. Like, it annoys me that we still have to do that in 2024. But what infuriates me the most about this is that this is not the first time this has happened with Simone. For whatever reason, our community loves to pick apart how she looks, especially with her hair. Even on her wedding day, she talked about getting negative feedback from our own community about her edges not looking done. Here's what drives me crazy about us Black women. We love to say and pretend like it is non-Black people who are the ones who are constantly putting us down for our hair, right? We love to talk about how we're not able to wear our natural hair to work and to these places because the Crown Act hasn't been passed in every state, and what happened in history during Jim Crow, and our hair wasn't accepted, and that's why we have to try to conform and wear our hair in wigs and weaves and perms because of what other non-Black people do to us. And it's absolute baloney. Well, it's not absolute baloney, because of course there are people who are not Black who hate us and will use every opportunity to disparage our hair. However, it's absolute baloney that that is the main driving factor today as to why we still behave and think this way. And that is evident in the fact that most of the negative commentary, a lot of times, is coming from our own. Why are we like this? The mentality of, I'm looking at an image of a woman on her wedding day and I'm gonna criticize her hair choice and criticize her edges not being done. Did it ever cross your mind that her edges are done because that's what her edges look like? Just because she doesn't wanna lay it down with 10 pounds of Eco Styler gel doesn't mean that she's unkempt. And how can you, as a Black person, say that with a straight face and not see anything wrong with it? It is literally insane. And the fact that this woman is flipping through the air, doing hundreds of different types of crazy flips, death-defying superhero type of stunts in the air, and we're gonna criticize her hair for not looking like how you think Black people's hair should look, which is what? Sleek, straight, and smooth. And what I also find funny is that if those comments, let's say that most of those comments were not coming from places like The Shade Room, which is a predominantly Black platform, for example, and they were coming from a place that was predominantly a white platform. Black people would be all up in arms about us being attacked for our Black hair by non-Black people. And oh my God, I can't believe they're talking about us like this, right? We would be very upset about that. And we would be calling it out and dragging those people through the mud for saying disgusting, disparaging comments about us when it has to do with our racial identity. That's what we do, right? We're not gonna allow you to speak to us that way. So if we're able to call out and criticize and not take any nonsense from non-Black people when it comes to how we are spoken to, why don't we do the same to each other? I'm not saying that we should start fighting and insulting one another, but why don't we hold each other to that same standard of, it's not acceptable for us as Black people to be making negative comments towards another Black person about their hair. It's not okay. Because at the end of the day, the fact that people still feel comfortable to make those kinds of comments publicly on the internet is because a lot of people agree. A lot of people like those comments. A lot of people think it's funny, it's okay, it's cool, it's whatever. It's honestly disgusting and it's pathetic. And it is the only way that I can rationalize why that even still happens is because you are projecting your own issues, your own insecurities about what your edges look like, about your hair not laying flat on other people. And so because you hate how you look in the mirror, when you go out in the world and you see other people who dare have the audacity to look like the image that you hate in the mirror, it triggers you. It makes you angry. And you think that other people will then look at us like, as a group of people, we are unkempt, ugly, no grooming type of people. So you have to try to call out others and say, don't do that, fit in, make your hair like this, so that we can always look like we are on top of our hair. And it's just ridiculous and exhausting and honestly pathetic. My sympathy for the whole, yes, we've been brainwashed and yes, we've been indoctrinated is getting thinner and thinner as the days go on, because there's a difference between having your own insecurity that you're still dealing with and trying to overcome. There's a difference with that and you taking that insecurity, turning it into something ugly and hateful, and then projecting that onto other people to try to make them feel as crappy as you do. No, I don't feel any sympathy for that kind of people. I don't. I'm sorry. I'll keep you in my prayers and all of that, but I'm not looking at that as, oh, I get it because, that person's had a tough life and they're just repeating what they've heard. No. There is enough information out in life on the internet that most of these comments, pop up on the internet. There's enough information out there for you to know better, to know that that's wrong. At this point in time, for you to continue to carry that type of mentality and thinking and put that on other people is nothing short of willful ignorance. And I don't think that it's going to change until we, the rest of us who don't want to believe in that stuff or think it's okay, choose to call it out. I just can't believe when I saw that she went online and had to prove to people that her hair could look smooth and straight and that it was done and it's just the heat. It broke my heart to see that she felt the need that she had to do that the comments were that bad and got to her, that she had it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate because girl, you don't have to explain yourself to no one. Most of the people who are saying these things about you are in a basement right now in the dark with no friends, no life, certainly no Olympic medals. You do not need to explain yourself to nobody. But I can also understand how, as a dark-skinned Black woman who has probably dealt with negativity throughout her life, it could be a sensitive or triggering topic for her where she's like, no, I gotta defend myself. And it's just unfortunate that we've created an environment like that. My method and how I choose to deal with this kind of stuff when it pops up is to turn on the camera and rant, right? That is the means that I have available to me. I have a small platform and I will choose to rant and criticize the things that I see wrong in the Black community as it pertains to our hair. That's my methodology. But I'm curious from you guys, what do you think it's gonna take for us as a community to stop this? To get to a place where we actually are genuinely encouraging our own women to be okay with allowing their hair to be their hair. For it to be okay to have 4C edges that look like 4C edges. For it to be okay for your hair to not look slick and smooth because that's not what your hair wants to look like. When will that actually happen? Why do you think that people go out of their way to be hateful and ugly towards others when it comes to this kind of stuff? And yeah, I think that's enough ranting for today. I don't need my blood pressure to get higher than it already is. Looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comment section, and until next time, take care of yourself.